All right, it's the day before New Year's. Unbelievable, 2026. Anyway, here we go. I think I'm going to title this Developing or Your Religious Practice, Your Spiritual Practice. It is interesting. I kind of wish I would have had this outlined in such a nice, simple form long, long time ago, but I did not. Now it's become kind of this simple habit that we do. We have a mantra or saying around here, just show up and do it. Just show up. And I'll clarify that in just a second. But let's go right to taking me off and putting the great Swami Vivekananda up. And there's a couple points on this. Nothing is done in a day. Religion cannot be swallowed in the form of a pill. It requires hard and constant practice. The mind can be conquered only by slow and steady practice. Key there, the mind can be conquered only by slow and steady practice. It's very real to me. This is, again, just now my opinion. You can't force it. I tried once, doesn't work. Just take your time, patience, hard and constant practice. I think that's really, really applicable. Just follow your path, just show up, and you will make gains. And I remember when I read his first book on meditation, it was one of the lines that really startled me. Is he said, don't be surprised, you just show up, you start meditating, and this man, your mind will be like a Tasmanian devil, and it just, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if some ugliness, memories, some ugliness comes up. Just let it go, just let it go. But do it for a month or two, and you'll find yourself smiling more. And I found that to be very true. The great Patanjali also says something similar in that he says initially you might have to work off and get through some ugliness, some painful stuff. But eventually, and this I thought was really interesting, you get to a point where even some of the joyful tendencies can be a hindrance or an obstacle to your path. I know years later there were some, these were really funny. I'm not going to tell you what they were, but you're meditating along and you just go, oh my, I had no idea what a deep-seated habit that was. And because once you see it, it starts to unfold and leave. So it's a pretty interesting activity. It requires hard and constant practice. I think that's really important. Second part of this, is the following. So here's a statement of practice. We have here, or at least mine, I saw Swami, he wrote down focus. I think that's good. In life, focus on your job, focus on what you're doing, focus, focus, focus. Focus on the goal of self-realization. But for me, I just have these two. I just show up. I even did a video called Just Show Up. We laugh about it because it's just so practical. Just show up. Just show up every morning and every night or every afternoon, whenever, and I don't care if it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever. I just show up. In fact, I'm going upstairs. Okay, just show up. Gonna go meditate. Yeah. So whether there's meditation and study, just show up. And then the next one is service others and helping others. That's really important. And I think you see that in all religions. Serve and help others. I have a dear friend, dentist, that does those ships that go to third world countries, and he does dentistry for free. He's a great man, Christian, and boy, is he helping, is he serving. It's just really, really great to see. To trivialize it. Years ago, we walk along this the bike path. It's a mile up and a mile back. We do it daily. And years ago, I got really angry because people would always throw garbage on it. And so one day I went, why don't I just pick it up? So every day now I pick up the garbage. And people drive by and give me a thumbs up. And but it went from being angry to now I'm thankful because it's in a small part of my serving or helping others by cleaning the path. Anyway, it's kind of funny how that one evolved. But I think that's really, really important, serving and helping others. And meditation is helping others. And however you do that, yeah. Swami Vivekananda, I just read this one. Let me make sure it's showing up. Swami Vivekananda emphasized the importance of practical spirituality. I think that's really great. You got to be able to apply it in life. His teachings encourage individuals to integrate spiritual practices into their everyday routines, focusing on self-realization and service to others. So there it is. Show up and do your meditation, self-realization, service to others. Key aspects of the philosophy include, I think this is interesting. Never saw this one before, but boy, is it true. Because if you're doing these things, you will gain confidence. Vivekananda believed that self-confidence is crucial for spiritual growth. He taught that recognizing one's own potential leads to greater achievements. So make sure in that, and I'll just add this, you're doing your dharma, your path. You're finding your strengths and you're following that path. I think that's really great because then you gain confidence. Service to humanity. He advocated for selfless service as a path to spiritual awakening, emphasizing that helping others is a form of worship. Great. Meditation and yoga. I think here, I believe he's talking about not the westernized yoga, but that's good too. But he's talking about the 4 Hindu yogas you hear about often: Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga, Raja yoga, Karma yoga. And those are 4 key paths to self-realization, to oneness with God, to consciousness. Vivekananda promoted meditation and yoga as essential tools for personal transformation and connecting with the divine. And then the unity of all religions. This is great. He stressed respect for all paths to God, encouraging followers to appreciate diverse spiritual traditions. He was a devotee, disciple of the great Sri Ramakrishna of the 1800s, 1880s, 70s, and 80s mainly. And the great Ramakrishna emphasized that many paths lead to spiritual self-realization, God. And it's important that we don't get dogmatic. So I like the fact that that was put there. But anyway, you're going to develop your own path. Here's mine. Just show up. Serve others, help others, and stay focused on that goal. That's what I do. This is what Vivekananda emphasized. So in fact, because I love that quote so much, I'm going to put that one back up there, and then we'll end this. Nothing is done in a day. Religion cannot be swallowed in the form of a pill. It requires hard and constant practice. The mind can be conquered only by slow and steady practice. The great Vivekananda.